rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, the district mission and vision statement is promoting lifelong learning through real world experiences. Please call the roll and establish a quorum.
Dominic. Here. Fields.
Here.
McConnell.
Here.
Silva.
Here.
Fisher.
Here. Okay, we'll ask for approval of the agenda.
I'll move to approve the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Michelle, seconded by Cindy to approve the agenda. Please call the roll.
Silva.
Aye.
McConnell.
Aye.
Dominic.
Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye. All right, open forum. Would anybody like to speak to the board about anything that's not on this week's agenda, this month's agenda? If not, we'll go on. Okay, consent items. Item 7. We have a motion to approve consent items. Are there any questions or comments about the consent items?
I would make a motion to approve and pull out Brenda Onkins and approve the rest.
Second. All right, motion by Cindy to approve the consent items minus the resignation from Brenda Onken, seconded by John. Please call the roll.
Fields.
Aye.
Silva.
Aye.
McConnell.
Aye.
Dominic.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Yeah, Brenda.
And just to thank Brenda for her work and years of service. We appreciate her. And I will allow her to retire. So I will make that motion, but I just appreciate her while she's done.
All right, motion to recognize Brenda Onken for her years of service and thank her for her diligence over those years. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, seconded by Bonnie. Please call the roll.
McConnell.
Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
Silva.
Aye.
Dominic.
Aye.
Fisher.
Old business, SBRC requests.
We went ahead and approved that LEP, that's allowable growth, a month or so ago, but they changed the weighting on it, so now we'll get more for it than we did, so I'd just like to have us approve it again.
Good reason.
Yep.
With the new weighting.
Yeah.
Do we have any discussion on that or any questions about that? Any comments? No? Okay.
I'll move to approve the LEP allowable cost.
I'll second that.
Okay, a motion by Cindy, seconded by Michelle to approve the SBRC request, the LEP allowable costs with the new weighting. Please call the roll.
Silva.
Aye.
McConnell.
Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
Dominic.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye. All right. Item 9, superintendent's report.
Yeah, before we get into our student and staff recognition, I just wanted to publicly recognize Mr. Phillips for making a really awesome connection with Fairway. So our local Fairway has donated, I believe it was a total of $840. So what it'll be is, so everybody who gets recognized gets a $10 gift card to Fairway, both students and staff. So kids, groceries, kind of on you, and maybe like 2.5 gallons of gas. But Fairway doesn't sell gas, so whatever. But
Andy.
well, that's, there you go. So just wanted to thank Mr. Phillips for making that connection. They're also going to donate a banner for us too. So when we do our picture, we'll have a nice banner there that'll say like student and staff of the month. So pretty cool, and thank you for your work on that. So with that, I will turn it over to Mr. Phillips.
For starters, every month, the high school staff votes on students to become PBIS Students of the Month. That's Positive Behavior Intervention Support Students of the Month. And those 4 traits that we have under that program, be in the right place at the right time with the right people and doing the right thing. So we do that every month. And the first person that we have is Bella Lindbergh. Give a little wave. There she is. Staff said, Bella is an excellent role model for underclassmen with a great attitude, willingness to help others, and focus on doing very well academically. She's well known for role modeling healthy choices because you never know what vegetables you will walk into first hour eating. So she's an excellent role model all around. So thank you, Bella.
Thank you.
Next, I don't see Caleb Most. I don't see him in here. He couldn't make it tonight. Staff said he is fun to be around. He's kind to everyone he meets and works extremely well in groups and pushes everyone around him to contribute their best work. He is a prime example of what a student who is in the art scientist should act like. So a round of applause for Caleb and staff. Next is Sean Bennett. She's here with her husband. Sean, give it away. Very glad to have Sean on staff. She's our IJAG coordinator. She did 9-12, and she did such an excellent job with IJAG that we have another staff member that's doing 9-10 IJAG, Misty Hermanson. So without Sean being here and doing such a great job with IJAG, we would have never had another staff member. So she is an excellent communicator with me and touches base almost on a near daily basis. So we're very fortunate to have her on staff. And last but certainly not least is Misty Betty down there. If you know Misty, she coordinates just about everything from activities to you name it, and we would not be able to function without her. I mean, just that alone, she is awesome. She's recently taken on the assistant FFA person, and she's been instrumental with Mrs. Harris for that. So anytime that we have activities, she is always trying to find workers and puts out a lot of emails, but in the end, we seem to always have a functioning activity and sporting event, and without her, I don't know what we do. So that's probably the greatest compliment I can give Misty.
Good evening. I'm pleased to be able to recognize some people from the middle school today. I'm going to start with 2 of our students who were students of the month this last month. Those students, as a reminder, are selected by our teachers and faculty, our staff. And in the 5th grade, I'm happy to recognize Aspen Jacobs. Come on up here, Aspen is the daughter of Darren and Lindsay. They're seated right over there. And as I said, she's a 5th grader. Her teachers wrote about her that she is such a positive, hardworking student. She is kind to all of her classmates and everyone around her. Now, would your brother say the same thing about you? They probably have heard that, I'm guessing. Aspen is also a strong leader in our 5th grade class. And that's what I wanted to recognize Aspen for. I've seen her already this year step up and say, hey, that's not right, or I think you should do this, Mr. Zanders, because that doesn't seem like the right way to handle it if we do something else. So she's got an opinion and she's not afraid to use it, and that's good. That's what we want our kids to do. So Aspen, on behalf of the middle school, please accept this certificate. And I heard something about a gift card. There you go. Now I get to shake your hand. Thank you. Our other student is Jaden Weber. Jaden, would you come up here, please? Jaden is a 7th grader. He is the son of Scott and Danielle, and they're both back here. Thank you for coming as well. Jaden does a lot of different things in our school. One of the things I'll mention in just a minute, but he's also an excellent student. His teachers wrote that Jaden shows great work ethic and he continues to work to improve his skills. And one of the things I noted about Jaden last year as a 6th grader, you know, as a middle school kid, especially a boy, we don't always make all the best decisions, right? Little connection up there that doesn't always fire. But Jaden recognizes that, and I'm sure his parents have something to do with that, so I want to compliment them as well. But he knows how to get himself out of that. So he has thought through how to undo something that he knows he shouldn't have done. And I also wanted to point out that he's a great vocalist. What was your role last spring in Willy Wonka Jr.?
Mike TV.
I never knew this kid could sing until last spring, and he has a really nice voice. So if you ever get a chance to see him in the future, please take a chance to do that. Jaden, on behalf of the middle school, I want to recognize you for your great contributions. There is that. And gift card.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. A couple of really good staff members I'm pleased to recognize tonight. We're going to start with Jill Colpitz. Jill, would you come up, please? I could come down. I can meet you halfway. I don't know. I started down here. Aspen was down there. I thought I'd just stay by Aspen. Jill is associate with our special ed program, but the thing about Jill is that she is a substitute extraordinaire. Jill does a great job as an associate, but she comes to school, even though she knows when she gets here, she may not get to be an associate today because we need her in so many different places. And she doesn't, I don't think she's ever said no. So that's awesome. We appreciate that. And that's probably why we keep asking too. I had to do a count last year. She substituted 54 times for us last year, which is amazing. And right now she's in a long-term sub role helping us out again. But when I talked to the students about what they liked about Miss Jill, they said that they enjoyed your kindness as a substitute. It wasn't gruff. You know them and you joke with them and you have fun with them. So they appreciate that very much. Hopefully they take it a little easy on you too because they know you. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Congratulations and thank you for your time. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Doug Brown. I'm guessing most everybody knows Mr. Brown, and he is at the point in his career where he probably knew you as a student and also knows your kids as a student. And we're kind of about the same place, so that's kind of a fun thing to reflect on too. It's just scary. It is kind of scary. 33 years that and it's all been in this district or previous district that was, that was to this district. So that's great. This guy's name came up just about every time I ask a student, who's one of your favorite teachers, and tell me why. Mr. Brown, because they love him for his kindness, his sense of humor. They get a laugh in class and have fun. They enjoy the fun lessons, that they know math, and sometimes they know math even when they don't think they know math, like he helps them get it. But they also appreciate your orderliness. Like they feel safe in your room. And that's a really important trait for them to have. So thank you so much for all your work.
Okay, I have two students here from the elementary. I'm gonna start with Misha. If you wanna just stand up, you can stay right there. Okay. Misha is a fourth grader in Mrs. Burns' class. She's here with mom and her brother and grandma. This is what your teacher said about you, okay? She's always kind and respectful to all those around her. She's a hard worker and is never afraid to try something new. I love her love for learning, and it's contagious to everybody that you're around, and you're a natural teacher to others. That was great. We will have a place for you. All right, so here is your certificate, Misha. And I would like to shake your hand. Congratulations, and here is your gift card. And the next student we have is Easton Huff. Just stand up right there, buddy. Okay, Easton is a kindergartner in Mrs. Baker's class. And Easton is always, by the way, he's here with mom, Tiffany, and dad's probably with your brothers, right? Yeah. So here's what your teacher said about you, okay? He's always being respectful, responsible, and safe. And that's very important at our school, isn't it? Being respectful, responsible, and safe. He's attentive to all directions at school, mom, right? Good job, buddy. Following them immediately. He works hard and you treat others nicely, and you are a model student, Easton. So this is for you. I'd like to shake your hand. Congratulations, and here's your gift card. Okay, now I am going to recognize Mrs. Larson, Haley Larson. Now you were recognized more than once by our staff. So how we do this with staff at the elementary is they nominate each other. Okay, staff. So this is what your colleagues said about you, Haley. You're a positive role model for students. They love going to the library, and you work really, really hard to make sure that the library is welcoming and enjoyable for kids. So that's sometimes hard to do, especially if kids struggle a little bit to read. She works tirelessly to find them a book that they might like. And Grace Highnote has worked through quite a few books, actually. So, all right, I want to give you your certificate. I gotta make sure I find it. There you go. And I want to shake your hand. Congratulations. I've got a couple more here. Because our teachers nominate each other, we've had this thing happen a couple of times where we've had whole teams be nominated. So I want to nominate a whole team, the 3rd grade team, and there's 3/4 of you here. So Kevin Paulson, Tiffany Flack, and Ashley Miller, and Brenda Lindgren, who's not here tonight. But your team was nominated just because of how well you work together. They know what their strengths are, each one of them, and they all take a piece of that, and they all work together to accomplish. And this year it's like new reading curriculum. Last year it was new math curriculum. So there's not really a problem that the 3rd grade team can't solve. So that is why you guys are recognized. So let's give them a round. Yes. Okay. It's yours. This one's for you. And congratulations, you guys. Okay. Now I have one more to recognize. This one goes to Brent Gersma. We've already had words about this. Okay, so we knew this was happening. But like I said, I have staff nominate each other. Well, Brent was nominated more than once, and I said, I'm going to become a liar to my staff if I don't recognize you at a board meeting, you know. So Brent was recognized at the elementary. Number one, this came up more than once, was your work with MAP, with getting all of our kids on the computers and the devices to take our MAP test this year. That was a big deal. He's incredibly helpful. He goes above and beyond to make sure that our problems are solved and all of our questions are answered. Not only that, you treat everyone with respect. We've had some pretty dumb questions is what we thought at the elementary. You never make us feel that way, thankfully. You're always professional and kind, and we don't usually ever see you flustered or frustrated with us. So thank you.
Well, thanks, everybody, and thank you to everyone that got an award tonight, and we just appreciate all the good positive things that are going on in all the buildings. And thank you.
Can we get a picture? Is that okay?
Yep.
Yeah, do you want to go do that now?
So all the recipients, if you want to meet out in the hall, we'll take a photo with the president and.
That means you too, right?
I'll take the picture, yeah.
Got a proud mama over here.
Hey.
See you later. Yeah.
All right, Michelle, give me your favorite kind of coffee so I can treat us tomorrow.
I'm ready, man. Bring it on.
Good.
That's great. Yeah, that's good.
Well,
You don't like the mochas or the lattes? You don't like the bits and stuff? Prime yourself.
Just whatever they're.
Flavor of the day. Do you care on small or regular?
Early in the day.
I think Rich can make that happen, you know, unannounced.
Flavor of the day coffee. You want the big boy size. Big boy size. You just want the straight up coffee, nothing else in it, just blacker than night.
Yes.
Wow. Make it easy on me. I thought I was gonna have to do like 17 different things like I do.
Is this gonna be the best place to put Allison?
Yeah, Sunday, Darren's on the team. who play like
Well, it
field
looks
ever.
like, this is the first time I've actually.
I ran into Darren.
And
bruised my whole.
That's the thing though, is rather than say.
I didn't, I just woke up with it. It wasn't
So
bruised
it's like-
yesterday. And then I woke up. Some ice on my knees. This is the time to be done.
Everybody gets to their order.
I don't know.
Maybe one of them, the president, directed it to you.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
It's formal now.
I think if they're over behind
I'm sure the interview wasn't too tough.
that's probably the best, to get them on camera.
Yeah,
Survive.
right here at the camera. They were, yeah. Oh, yeah, FFA
Oh,
kids, they
2
got
minutes? Wow, that was just skate on by.
John.
gotta be.
Should be like extra credit.
I thought I was the only one to start with, but then I saw you snuck in and found the I hope by then they are done, so yes. But in the event it's not ready, I'll shoulder it, I'll shoulder
I
it.
thought I would ask Pat, Richard, because she's on the school foundation too, and she's involved in the town. I feel like Annie organized it.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
Mrs. Chastain asked me about that.
It'd be a great idea to.
About wanting to do them.
I can ask Doug. I know where she can take buttons.
I know better than that.
Thank you.
All right, we'll resume board committee reports, item B. Do we have any committee reports from any board members? I went to the open house yesterday for the child center. What's it called? Children's Center? Yeah. And that was really amazing and impressive to see that facility and what all's going on there. And it was a good open house, so. Anything else? All right, we'll go on to item C, then other administrative reports. Any questions or comments on those as written? All right, if there's no comments or questions on the administrative reports, we'll go on to item D, other reports or correspondence. The FFA National Convention.
Read it in front there,
Over there? You can come over here.
or over there, I guess.
Then that, so then the camera can see you.
So that camera above the TV is.
Okay, hello, I'm Grace Kurnitz.
I'm Allison Field. I'm Austin Smith. I'm Peyton Wadsworth. I'm Liz Badger. I'm Kayla Frederick.
And we're just a few of the kids that got selected from the Greene County FFA chapter to attend the 95th Annual National FFA Convention and Expo in Indianapolis last month.
One of our days we spent at the FFA convention, we
first went to the opening session where we listened to the national FFA officers and advisors, along with a keynote speaker. After opening session, we were able to go to the convention center where we were able to look at a bunch of booths and interact with industry leaders. We were able to just interact with everybody, meet new people.
The first place we went on our 8-hour bus ride was Caterpillar Information Center. They are like, you probably all know of them, but they make the really big machinery. When we first got there, they took us on a tour inside of that life-size machine, and we watched a video on how they were made, what they're commonly used for. And then after that, we got to just walk around the building, I guess, and there was like virtual reality where you got to like work it. There was all different types of the machinery that they use and make. And then the next place we went was Louisville Slugger. That is the bat company, usually in the Major League Baseball. When we got there, we took a tour through the factory, and we got to see how they made them from the log to the bat. There was every player their custom bats, like what kind of wood they wanted, what size, what weight was there. Like you got to see those in factory. You could hold like one of Babe Ruth's bats. Some other famous people. I don't know that. You got to just see how like they put coats of paint, and then which was really cool, is they gave us these mini bats like that everybody got in the souvenir.
Okay, from left to right, the man in black and white is Jackie Robinson. There's also another picture of Jackie Robinson from a newspaper clipping. From there's Moses Fleetwood Walker, Kurt Flood, no, that's Ernie Banks. I'm so sorry. No, that's Ernie Banks in the Cubs. I'm so sorry.
We don't know the difference, so you're okay.
Bud Fowler. There's Bud Fowler in black and white, and there's another picture of Jackie Robinson there, I believe. Bud Fowler would be the first black man to organize and be in play in like professional baseball. And Moses Fleetwood Walker, right above him, would be the first black man to play in Major League Baseball. Okay, so through our whole trip, we had a lot of social events we got to go to. One of the ones we went to was the World Surface Rodeo. So we got to go to the rodeo and sit with the chapter and all watch it together. Another place we went was Malibu Jack's. This is like an amusement park that's inside. So we got to like hang out with all the other chapters on our bus, which was Ogden, Ames, Roland Story, and Glidden. So we all just got to interact with everybody there and just have a fun night. And throughout the whole bus ride, we just got to sit with new people that we came with and just have a fun time. So Austin, I don't think your slide got added just fast enough, so you want to talk about Churchill Downs?
Oh, sure, yeah. We went to Churchill Downs on the second day, and we learned about like different stuff on Churchill Downs is where they have the Kentucky Derby, and we got a tour of the infield, and they told us prices on seating, and anywhere near the finish line could be $15,000 to $30,000. And then infield is $82. And I think just like the main seating was 400, I don't know. It was like 400, I think. And then we also learned about how they keep horses. I believe they said they had 2,500 horses in their stables at the moment because they keep them in there 24/7. And they also had different positions and how many, like around 5,000 surgeries have been performed in Kentucky.
Be aware though, the gift shop is very overpriced.
So that was kind of our trip. We had lots of fun. We met lots of new people, lots of fun experiences, and
Can't wait to go again next year. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, thanks, girls. The last item is the fundraiser follow-up reports.
And that's just informational.
Just for us.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't have to
All
talk
right.
about those.
All right, if we have no further business, we're going to adjourn the retiring board meeting and commence with the organizational board meeting. We'll have the call to order for the organizational board meeting. Do we need to do, we don't need to do a roll call again?
No,
No. Okay.
since nothing changed.
All right, number 2 for the organizational board meeting is the election of officers. And should you be conducting this?
No,
since-
you're gonna stay there.
Okay,
You're still,
okay, all right.
you're still there.
You mean you don't want to stay there, Steve?
Well, we have a plan.
I know,
Okay, so I guess, do we start with just the president and work on down, or?
Yep, has anybody got
Recommendations.
Yeah.
Okay, we need nominations, I guess, first of all, for president. Open up the floor.
I nominate Bonnie for president.
I'll second that. Okay, we have a nomination by Michelle to nominate Bonnie for president, seconded by John.
Yep.
Please call the roll.
They want me.
I know.
Sabah,
Aye.
Covenden,
Aye.
McConnell.
Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
Fisher.
Oh, yeah. Does
Aye.
Fisher care?
All right, it's unanimous.
There you go.
Very good. Then going to vice president. Okay, do we need a nomination for vice president?
I'll nominate Cindy Davendag for vice president.
I'll second that.
All right, we've nominated Cindy, John, and Bonnie. Nominated Cindy for vice president. Please call the roll.
Fields.
Aye.
Covenden.
Aye.
Sabah.
Aye.
McConnell.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye. Nothing else?
Oh, no. You
All
have
right.
the office down to those people.
All right, so we will give the oath of office. Do I do that?
You can. Yes, go ahead.
All right. Would you just raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and that you will faithfully and impartially, to the best of your ability, discharge the duties of the office of School Board President and School Board Vice President in the Greene County Community School District, as now or hereafter required by law?
I do. I do.
All right, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Don't go too far.
Yeah, you move over here, Bonnie.
Oh, we're that
Yeah,
immediate.
That's it.
Yeah,
You don't get then.
I gotta get my stuff out of the way.
Steve, I'll come get the rest of my stuff here later.
Yeah, no problem.
Goodness.
All right.
Hi. Okay, new business, school driving permits. Somebody else gets to do that. I'll do it one more time here, but I'm gonna redelegate that too.
Just got the one, Addison.
Yes, now it's your turn. Thanks for waiting for us. So just want to ask, just your name, where you live, and why you need a school permit. And if you have something prepared, go ahead and share it too.
Okay, my name is Addison. I live in Grand Junction, and I need a school permit because I'm involved in a lot of extracurricular activities, and I want to lift the burden off my parents' shoulders of having to drive me to and from all of them. So.
Good. Okay, well, with just the one, I'll just share a few things, then we'll make a motion and move on. And I'll kind of abbreviate this, just know that you need to know all the laws and different things. But just watch the times. You're not supposed to drive from 10 to 5 in the morning. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure you're going straight from home to school, so the direct route. Don't use your phone, stay on your route. And just remember that a lot of people are keeping an eye on you, so be safe as you can. And I would make a motion for Addison Gannon to get
You
her
can't make
school.
a motion. is
I
this-
can't make a motion anymore.
Someone else is gonna do
Reminder
that.
for someone else to make a motion.
I will move to approve the school permit.
And I will second that.
Motion by Cindy, seconded by Michelle. Please call the roll.
Fisher,
Aye.
McConnell.
Aye.
Fields,
Aye.
Dominic,
Aye.
Silva.
Aye. If you can get it signed, then you guys, if you want to take off, you can.
Thank you.
Okay.
So
And-
you-
oh, it's me. I thought it was him.
You'll adjust, Bonnie.
Right here. Right? All right, there you go.
Thank
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so then it looks like next on the agenda is meeting dates, times, location. And I am assuming that we're just wanting to keep it the same.
Third Wednesday of each month, just with some exceptions there, like around spring break, our school board convention like this week, and then just looking at those dates, same time, 5:15, and same location right
Okay,
here.
do we need a motion for that? Okay, would someone like to make a motion to keep that way?
I move to approve.
Second?
I'll second.
Oh.
We're gonna let Steve second. He hasn't got to do that for a while.
He hasn't had a turn.
So, Motion by
Thank you.
John, seconded by Steve. Please call the roll.
Dominic.
Aye.
Fields,
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
McConnell.
Aye.
Silva.
Okay, next up is just looking at committee assignments again. Do we look at keeping those the same? Anyone want to switch? Suggestions?
I was waiting for this kind of a changing of the guard, I guess we'll call it, to look if we wanted to switch any of these. My recommendation would be just kind of maintain as it were, so that we can start to get into our committee meetings now that we've got kind of some new establishment here, but the IASB delegate will probably have to change for next year. So, but for now, it can remain Steve.
Is that typically the president? That's the
Not always, but
typically. So do we need a motion for committee assignments? Okay, someone want to make a motion to leave the committee assignments as is?
I so move.
And a second.
Second.
Motion by Michelle, second by Cindy. Please call the roll.
McConnell.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Dominic.
Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
Silva.
Aye. Okay. Next on the agenda is the SBRC applications.
yeah, I'll just talk about just our enrollment just for just one hot second here. So a couple of positives before a little bit of a negative. So we actually are serving more students this year by 3. However, and we also have fewer students who are open enrolling out of our districts, which is really great. But by the way the weighting works and all that, our actual enrollment is down by 2.4 students. Initially, when we looked at that, we were kind of looking at maybe a more positive trend. But the way the weighting all kind of worked out, that's not how it worked out. But we actually are serving more kids this year, which is awesome. The funding doesn't line up with it, unfortunately, but by the way that we certify things.
Could you give a detailed explanation as to why the weighting is the way it is? Just kidding.
I think that might be a quiz.
I'm just kidding.
If you're ready for it, I mean.
No, I trust it.
As far as this SBRC application, that just automatically generates from the certified enrollment, so we don't really do anything for it. It's just there, and then we can ask for that.
Okay, so no motion or anything needed?
Yeah, no,
You
no,
need a motion
yes,
for it
yes.
though, right?
Yes.
So I move to approve the SBRC request application.
Second.
Motion by Cindy and second by Steve. Please call the roll.
Fields.
Aye.
McConnell.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Dominic.
Aye.
Silva.
Okay, early graduation requests. It looks like we have 2, both at the end of the second try in February. Joshua Jansen and Cadence Weiner. Any questions or do we have a motion to?
I just want to pull out what Mr. Phillips had said about we are staying on track about average when,
Yeah.
as far as the credits being less, and we still are kind of about the same. So actually a little less.
Or a little below average, really.
Yeah.
We average about 10 to 12 a year.
So
So
I appreciate that information.
And also that none of the kids all of the kids have exceeded
Mhm.
the credit requirements.
I'm going to approve that. Or the graduation request.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion by John, second by Michelle. Please call the roll.
Fisher.
Aye.
Dominic.
Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
McConnell.
Aye.
Silva.
Okay, looking at fundraising requests. I think we have 2 or 3, 2. One for Wes Anderson. And I think he's just getting ahead of the game, it looks like, for next year.
Yeah, he tried to give it to us last meeting.
Yep,
Told me to-
kudos to him for planning ahead, good job. And then one for Kelly Gray, effective as soon as she can to start selling things for spirit things and looking for sponsors, so. Do we have a motion to approve those fundraising requests?
So move.
And a second?
Second.
Motion by Cindy and second by Steve, please call the roll.
McConnell.
Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Dominic.
Aye.
Silva.
Okay, and then it looks like we're gonna review board policy 403.6 and 403.6L.
They're all about drug tests.
Yeah, it's interesting.
No changes.
No.
Okay. I'd move we approve the board review of policies 403.6 through 403.6L as already stated.
We have a second?
Second.
Okay, motion by Steve and second by John. Please call the roll.
Dominic.
Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
McConnell.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Silva.
And then set a work session date with the IASB.
Yep, so Luann is available. There's 2 different dates that she held for us, which is November 30th, which is a Wednesday, or December 14th, which is also a Wednesday. Which I believe December 14th is our regular meeting.
What time? Like
5:15. Say, yep,
5:15.
same time, same time.
I don't think that can be right. 14th can't be our regular meeting.
So the next session would be the 21st.
21st is our regular meeting.
Oh, so it's the, okay,
Yeah.
so it's the week before, then, sorry.
Either of those work for me.
Same here.
I'm good on either one of them.
So we'll actually get a chance to meet Luann Wednesday or Thursday, she'll be down at the convention, so.
Let's do it on the 30th, then, if nobody else cares.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'd rather
At
do it
5:15?
then.
Okay. She said to plan out for about an hour and a half to 5 hours, so Steve.
Tell her she's hilarious.
Be a walkout.
Go to the bathroom and don't come back.
Yeah, I might get lost.
5:15.
5:15, okay, sure. So Wednesday, November 30th at 5:15, we will meet with her.
All right.
No motion need for that, we just set it.
No.
Okay. With nothing else, meeting is adjourned.
All right.